Alright, welcome back. I am obviously and completely, totally reasonable, not ridiculous, and out of control at all. So welcome to part 3 of my weekly scores. I am so ridiculous and out of control that I had to make this in 3 parts, and there's so much stuff here. I really have to make the third part a part A, a part B, maybe even a part C. I just took this picture outside, so here's all the stuff in the back of my Subaru next to my truck, which is still overflowing from my swap meet stuff. Storage unit is full, my room's full, laundry room's full, the one little storage closet down here is full, back of my truck is full. I just gave away a ton of bike frames and wheels, like a whole truckload last week. I don't even know how I do it. And now this is 2 layers deep of these white tubs, 2.5 layers deep, and this big white tub, and this little tub, and this XTR wheel set, some fenders and wheels. I just went over to this cool dude's house to buy this stuff. I met him. He's in line with me all the time at this food thing I go to. And he was telling me about this last week. I went and looked at it a little bit. I didn't look too deep. I didn't want to get too into it. I thought I want way too much money. He's like, it's been a bike mechanic since 1986. He's lived all over the country. So this is 25 years of random extra odds and ends and bits. And I thought he'd want way too much money. I was like, I'm gonna offer you like a 10th or whatever you come up with, so, you know, stuff is not worth what it used to be. And he said he'll think about it, and he texted me a day later. He's like, I want $500 for everything, including the nice stuff. I had a few bikes, wasn't sure, so I was like, buy everything. Do you mean these XTR wheels as well? It's like, yeah, and the Thompson seat post and the brand new stuff. He's like, I want to keep like 2 sets of pedals for myself. He's keeping 1 little bin of hardware, which is a shame. Hardware's my favorite for repairs in the future and rack mounts. He also has 3 bikes, and before I left I asked him about them. It's a titanium Lightspeed with mostly Dura-Ace and 105 or Ultegra wheels, Ultegra cranks, Dura-Ace, everything else. 105 Brifters. And he had some weird, gorgeous painted aluminum bonded bike. He said he thought it was an SR or something. They took the decals off years ago. And it had mostly 105 and Dura-Ace mixed match stuff on. And they had another modern e-bike. So I wasn't really into any of the bikes, but I did ask him at the end what he wanted, because I thought he'd be unreasonable, but he was being so reasonable on this stuff. He wanted $400 the titanium Lightspeed. It's fully built and rideable. Nice parts. He wanted $200 for the aluminum thing. He'd throw in the other thing, which was like a Le Monde or something with like a carbon stay and partial build. But in the meantime, I filmed a little bit of video of how he had it set up at his shop for me to look at. We had it a little more spread out the other day, but there's just a little bit of video. This stuff and all these bins. And I took some pictures of it, you know, before it got loaded in my car so we could see how cool and nerdy it was. Picture of it with my car and my overflowing truck in the background to show how completely out of control I feel. But I feel we'll go through this stuff, but God, it might take forever. Where do you even start with something like this? Where do you even start? I guess right here. So this, he found it last second and threw it in. It is a 26-inch wheeled fork. Chrome, kind of cheap, not that cheap. It says Lung, but it's got real cast dropouts, and they're wide, and it's pinched and, you know, like done up. It's not just like a cheap Sunlight fork or something. But it's 1-inch threadless. But it's uncut. It looks like it's probably never been used. I almost wonder if maybe it's a weird BMX thing. BMX Cruiser, 26-inch, 1-inch threadless, but what do I know? What do I know? 1-inch threadless was like a fad for like a second, but everything went 1.1 and got taller, all geometries changed. 1 down, 5 billion things to go. Here's what I believe is like a 9-speed era Dior LX crank. Oh, it's square taper. That's kind of cool. It's got a weird spider. It looks like it's got quite a bit of chain wear. I do have a new old stock one of these spiders that I got from the salvage sales a while ago. I have it up on eBay and no one cares. 175. Yeah, quite a bit of wear. I mean, there's a chance. I paid $500 for this lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, but there is a chance that a lot of it's kind of useless, worn out, undesirable. It's a chance that I'm going to waste a lot of time. A lot of times when I buy big giant lots of this, like, quite a bit of it goes right into recycling. Quite a bit of it goes up for sale and does not sell ever, or sells for way less than I want it to. You know, I keep marking it down. Like a year later, a couple of things will finally sell here and there. And about half of it sells right away, and I usually make my money back plus enough to make it worth my time, hopefully. But you never know, and this is all kind of outside of my wheelhouse. It's a little bit more modern than I'm into. Here's another set of Deore LX cranks. Now this is kind of cool. There's no shift wear. There's like no shift wear. These teeth look nice. This looks pretty lightly used. It's not scuffy at all. There's no shift wear. I have a really clean matching rear derailleur, long cage LX rear derailleur for this. I think I might have sold. But I know I have another one on a bike that I'm going to switch out. It's an all Ultegra 9-speed bike, so I'm going to put the LX rear derailleur, but I'm going to put a long speed Ultegra on instead. Those are way more common and make the bike more matchy. And then build it up and then hopefully sell it. It's color change paint Cannondale. It's in my friend's basement. It's a whole thing. But I also have the matching shifters for this that I got at the salvage sales a little while ago. They're real clean. You know, these front derailleurs are worth $0. No one cares about mountain bike front derailleurs, so I'm sure I'll come across one. I could do a whole build, get some hubs somewhere and do a touring bike build or something. I don't know. Or just put it all up for sale. These are really clean and nice. But, yeah, not desirable. Here is a Shimano 105. This is the good air. This is the good 9-speed air. 175 cranks. I love that, so they're longer. It's already been one-bide, so it looks like it's got mixed matched 3 alloy and 2 steel chainring bolts. Whatevs. And 1 FSA chainring, 39 tooth, real common. Little bit of wear. Little bit of wear, not too bad. So that's cool. I mean, I never use these Octolink things. I always put square taper cranks on everything. But it's a set. They look pretty clean. Let's get into some of the bling. Thompson seat post. I don't see any scuffs or scratches. There's a little dirt on it. It's got to be used, but maybe. Yeah, there's one maybe dirt line. So very lightly used in a bike that wasn't scuffy and dumb. 27.2, 250 millimeters, so shorter silver road one. So the least desirable. People like the laid back, black, really tall mountain ones. But cool. I rode a Thompson seat post once, for like a minute on an old bike. Whatevs. Ooh, the Mond 27.2. This is a really light post. I wonder if this goes to that Le Mans he had. Just post out of it. This is a nice post. T6 aluminum. It's light. It's hollow all the way through. That's pretty cool. Yo, hey, how's it going? Totally hollow. Looks like a cheapy mountain post. What about the size, bro? I swear I just had one exactly like this, and it was up on eBay forever, and it finally sold. I cannot see the size, but I bet it's something kind of skinny and weird and old and Japanese, but it's tall. Whatever. It'll go on eBay. I'll get $13 for it. Or go on my bike parts garage sale I'm going to have maybe next week. Oh, what is this? Tioga Prestige. Oh, this is a chrome molly post. It's got a weird saddle rail clamp. It's kind of BMX-y. Max, Japan. Some little stamp I don't recognize. Bro, what is it these seat posts not having the size stamped on them? Oh, okay, it says at the top, 27.0. This is kind of really a cool post. It's not super light because it's chromoly and heavy duty. It's probably mountain bike. 27.0 is a weird size for that. I don't know, I like it. This might be worse than that one on eBay. Couple of shims. 28.6 to 27.2. So if you want to run your 28.6 seat post in your 27.2 frame. Another one that's not stamped or labeled, but it's basically the same thing. It's some seat post to some other seat post, plus a lip around the top so it doesn't fall down your seat tube when you pull your post out, which is nice. Be nice if it was stamped. Here is a super light chromed steel seat post collar of some type. It looks like it's for a pretty thick frame, so it's probably for an aluminum frame. But I've never seen this guy before in my life. I have no idea. But it's cool. Now let's get into the chain rings. So a BBG bash guard looks like 130. It looks like it's real small, so maybe 38 or 39 tooth. This is a guy who has these laser cut at a machine shop locally. He's been making these for 20 or 30 years. My old business partner was super into these. We tried to stock him in the shop, but he was like hard to deal with. I went out and bought a couple used bikes from him. I bought that rusty crusty Shogun 600 bike. And another bike, I don't remember, maybe some parts that he had listed on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace last summer. And I drove out to Sherwood. It's like about an hour drive and met him, and a couple of his buddies stopped by. Were cool bike dudes, and we talked for a while. He had a frame jig. He was trying to build his own chromoly full suspension mountain bikes for e-bike commuting. I don't know. He was into some weird stuff, but super nice wingnutty dude. Here's a little steel 30-tooth Inner 74 BCD chainring. I usually sell those on eBay pretty easy. Here's an old SR, but it's stamped steel. It's weird. It looks like it's from the 90s, but I've never seen an SR ring like from the 90s. 36-tooth 110. That's a great size. Looks nice. Ooh, here's kind of like a champagne anode ring. It looks like it's a 110, but it might be a 94 BCD. No stamping or marking at all. Huh. It's kind of cool. If it's 110 and 36 tooth or something, maybe I'll put it on my Nothing Special Schwinn. I don't know. I got like 20 rings for it now. Ooh, here's a Dura-Ace outer road ring. 53 tooth. SGX. This has got to be like 10 speed. Not very much wear on the teeth. It's hard to tell because these modern stuff come pre-worn out to aid in shifting. And no shift wear on the back at all. And it says Dura-Ace right on the top. Here's this Shimano 53 tooth. I'm guessing this is an Ultegra ring. Not much wear, no shift wear at all. Like 9 speed or 10 speed Ultegra. Based on like, you know, the color and the finish and stuff. Ooh, here's an outer Specialized 52 in like minty takeoff condition. No shift wear, no wear on the teeth at all. So I'm going to take it off and put a smaller ring on right away. Power Glide, anodized 53, 10 speed outer ring. Oh, these are worth 13 to 15 bucks. Here's a kind of worn older Shimano 53 tooth. It's pretty chunked. I'm gonna go right with recycling on that. Here's another set of Specialized rings, 52-42 road rings. They have a little wear, but not nearly as much as you'd expect. You know, the rear is like 60 or 70, the front's like 80 or 90. A little bit of shift wear, tooth wear, but that is actually just chain grease. Oh yeah, these are nice. Someone's gonna want these for sure. Vintage 80s Specialized stuff. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, a nice boring Shimano, like 80s, early 90s chain ring. It's round instead of Ovaltech. It is kind of got a little chain wear. The teeth are, you know, like filed down a little bit to aid in shifting. It's like early index stuff. 46 tooth outer ring for 110. Here's an even nicer one. It's real polished in silver and round and 46 tooth. Real plain Jane. This is exactly what I like to make bash guards out of. You cut all the teeth off and file them round. I usually go to like this line built in on this side, the line built in on that side, and use this as an outer bash guard, and then you can run a smaller, I mean, it's 46, so you probably run like a, you know, 42 or 38 or something, like one by ring on the inside. See, right now I'm doing 46-36 on the Nothing Special Schwinn. Here's another one of the 80s boring 46 tooth ones. It's pretty nice. They do sell. People wear out their old chain rings. Or want to compact their road stuff to mountain gearing. This is the matching Ultegra inner ring, 39 tooth. It's a little dirty, but like really no wear at all. It's nice. Ultegra rings. Ooh, this looks almost brand new or brand new. No brand, 39 tooth, V2, SRAM or something. I think we saw the outer ring. That Power Glide or whatever. God, this looks brand new. It looks takeoff. So that's a nice ring. Here's a steel ring. It looks like it's got kind of a big BCD. Is it 130 or is it bigger? Oh, I think that's 130. 130 by something. It'd be a great one by ring or ring on a flip bike. It's heavy and steel. Here's a pretty silver ring with no markings. It is very pretty. Pretty light wear, maybe an 80 or 90% life left. Looks 130 as well. No markings at all. It's pretty in silver. It's a plain black ring. Looks like that steel ring, but it is also 130. Inner ring, 3/32 for a road double. No markings. I like it. It's probably 42 tooth. Another Shimano outer 53 road ring. Also, I believe, Ultegra coloring. 9-speed. Very little wear. There's an inner stamped steel. Super cheapo SRAM ring or something. And there's really nothing wrong with it. It's going to go in my free box. I don't care. Another inner Ultegra 42 tooth ring in like mint condition, my takeoff. Another silver. Ooh, Strong Light 40 tooth. This is probably a weird BCD. Another Shimano inner 42. This is also steel. Kind of heavy and cheaper. Not so into it. God, the Strong Light might be a 130. Weird. It's cool. I love old French junk, and I do not know why. Oh yeah. Okay. What we got? Some ESI grips. They look brand new. Some nice ESI grips. They look a little smaller. Standard ones, I like them. I love me some ESI grips. Should probably just put these right in with my grips. I've been wanting one of these forever and can never spend the dough on it. It is a Portland Design Works takeout basket rack. So it's got a threaded boss here so you can make your own little light mount for your light to clip on. Clips on your handlebars. This one's 31/8. I never do 31/8. It's got the bag that can come right out and just clip under the sides real easy. A couple of different local bag companies were making these for a while. So I don't know which one. I think Black Pags did them for a while, but they had their own little badge on them. So yeah, just a cool lightweight thing. Oh, it's got this little front thing for your U-lock and a little Velcro strap so it doesn't bounce out. It's got these little faceplate bolt things, I think maybe at some point for a short time, and then they didn't. They look like a little bamboo thing with their PW logo, but this is cool. You can cut out any shape of plastic or metal you want, write anything you want on it, any sticker you want on it. This is cool. And it being 31/8 means I won't hoard it. Maybe I'll put it on a build or something. Got some cheapo bars, a scruffy Bontrager VR bar. You know, Bontrager's like the stock house brand for a lot of Treks and like a lot of other parts. 44 centimeter. At least it's nice and wide. Bro. What do we got? Another seat post. Generic black 27/2. Just generic and black. The head's polished. The body's more of like a matte kind of finish. 2 bolts. This will be great for a build. I do with black parts. I got some black stuff. I think I have a few black seat posts right now, but or you know, sell it at my garage sale cheaps. Ooh, Bontrager Fixie bar. 40mm rise, 7 bend, 630 wide. I think this has been cut down, bro. 31/8, got some Ori grips on it. Could flip a flip-on cross-top lever on this real easy. Could do a 31/8 fixie. This is cool. I saw this and I remember it and I was like, oh, this is hot. Blue anodized, very good condition, but unfortunately cut down. Mountain biker bros back in the day, like their bars narrow, they kept cutting stuff down. Even modern guys want the widest bars ever right now. But for a second, everyone wanted a wide bar, then they wanted to cut it down. I don't think people cut their bars down anymore. So that's a shame it's cut down. But it's blue anodized and says Control Tech on it. And it's, I don't know, fun and cool. Oh boy. He's got some arrow levers. And he was telling me while we were loading the car that he used to use these in Chicago because it really was so windy there. You would save a lot of effort and shave a lot of time off your ride. If you use the Aero Fixie bars, the Aero bars on your bike. And I got shift dorks, and the shifters say compatible with 7700 9-speed and 7400 8-speed, so that's good. So these are the Dura Ace bar end shifters that are good for 9-speed or 8-speed. 8-speed Dura Ace only use 9-speed cable ratio. for pulling and stuff. Now this is one of the things that really made me consider his offer, because at first I wasn't sure. This is a very weird Colt branded Brooks saddle with a weird Modern Brooks logo and the Colt silkscreen on the side and this leather Brooks, and it's got the hammered copper rails, but it's like more of an 80s or 90s road bike saddle shape. I don't know, it's weird. I bet I'll hate it. I'm definitely going to try and ride it. It's cool. If not, if I don't like it or don't find the right build or whatever, it'll definitely go on eBay, because it's got to be some collector out there looking for this exact weird thing. Some dentist in Japan. What have we got? We got another Brooks. It's a real old B17 standard. Old and cracked and faded, and this rivet's almost tearing out. It's kind of soft, and those rails have all the paint missing. Still got a lot of nose left to tighten it. I got a couple other Brooks that are too hard. I want to really soak in leather treating stuff. I don't know. I kind of like it. I'll try and use it. If not, probably get 30 or 40 bucks for a beat up old Brooks. Here's the Le Mans saddle in white. It's kind of cool. San Marco vintage Le Mans. It's got like an embroidered racing stripe down the middle. It's kind of fun. Here's some 26.0 butted 6061 aluminum aero bars, bro. I don't see what the brand is. The tape's wrapped almost all the way up to the stem. These are cool. Sick aero fixie bars. I used to like my fixies with my bullhorns. I used to love this little mild shape. It's got a lot of looks. It gives you lots of positions. Right here, you can right here a little bit, right here a lot. Right here, I can grab the ends and I'm really crushing on the flat. I'd always leave a little more room than this so I can get at least one front brake cross-top lever on there. Like having me a brake, bro. Ooh, Kashi Max Super Pro. I was really expecting to see the NJS stamp in here, but it does not have it. That is very strange. If it did, this thing would be worth like $100 on eBay. But it doesn't, so it's in pretty good shape. It's barely scuffy. I think these are popular on BMXs for a while too. They're popular on all the track bikes and NJS Kieran bikes and stuff. This is a nice saddle. This might be worth like $100. Or I might get 20 bucks for it. You never know. Ooh, some white Bone Trigger water bottle arrowy kind of cages. That's so exciting to go right in the free box. So if you want, you gotta come to my garage sale. Another weird, like, clamp-on-y arrow bar thing. Pretty weird. Maybe it'll go on eBay and go in $30. Ooh, another saddle. This looks like maybe it's had the top removed from it. It's got tie rails. It just says Velo on the bottom, so it's nothing too fancy. I guess if someone wanted to cut their own padding and wrap their own leather, it'd be a thing. Or maybe someone just wanted to be lighter, took all that stuff off. I've seen some carbon saddles like this with carbon rails and just a carbon top and nothing on the top. People say they feel like they're riding on a piece of 2x4. Ooh, a Magna kids bike saddle. Totally uncool. Right in the free box. One Gator Skin Grand Prix used tire, but it's still got most of the casting mark. Someone definitely drew on it with a paint pen or something for the hole that they put in it. So it's got a big old hole, but you know, I just put a piece of Gorilla Tape in there. It's fine for a used tire. For a fixie or something. It's alright. Probably no matchers, of course. Michelin Pro. It's nice and round on the top. It's not worn out at all. It's real skinny. Little race tire. It's cool. Go through the garage sale for shiz. Should be throwing this in my garage sale box. Other Continental mismatch, whatever. I get lots of mismatched Continental tires. I might have a matching set by now. One set of generic-y grips. I almost feel like I recognize this logo. I don't know if it's Kona or something else. But it's a set. They're matched. Should I put them in my giant overflowing box of grips, of used grips that I'll never use? Put them all out at the garage sale. Do $1 or $2 for used grips. Or free. Uh-oh. There's a key in here. Advertisement. And then it's not in English. Warning, to help prevent child entrapment, keep key out of reach of children and away from cabinet. He had a cool old weird French box that he didn't want me to take, some old metal box. I'm going to bring this to him. I'm going to see him later today at the food thing. I'm going to bring this to him and make sure his key isn't to something and he's not going to miss it. These are cool, kind of light gold anodized Marin bar ends. For mountain biking, these could be a very cool one that people want to pay a lot of money for, or it could be a really dorky, cheap later one, which it probably is, that no one cares about at all. We shall see! Some Ritchie WCS. Ooh, are these carbon? I think these are carbon fiber bar ends. Do not look or feel like aluminum to me, but I could be crazy. I think they're Crabon. I don't know. They couldn't be. They wouldn't cast them as one piece. They must be aluminum. I don't know. They're cool. These ones are decidedly not cool and missing a stripe thing. They'll go in the free box! Oh god. Here's what looks to be a very lightly used, like it looks like there's nowhere at all, tubular. But it does have glue on it. Crusty old glue. Free box! Hey, alright! Oh! One more bend down. Here's a Kona stem, just a 31.8. Kona stem is real light, 115, 8-degree rise. Cool. Now this is something he was showing me. This is an old cool Weiman brake caliper box. It's all faded, but it's got this hub in it. Some instructions for the Weiman brakes, so not relevant. So this he thought was a 2-speed kickback, but I've only ever seen the 2-speed kickbacks with color bands on, like no gear ratios. I think there's like a blue and a yellow and a red. So I do not know, but it's a giant old Bendix coaster brake hub for sure. It's real big, it's real heavy, it's real steel. It says Bendix right on it, red paint, which is cool. So I don't know. I got my friend who has the Bicycle Emporium shop. He literally wrote the book on old Schwinn's and coaster brakes and stuff. Like, literally wrote a book about it. He was a mechanic forever at the Community Cycling Center, and I will take this to him. He is often into this weird old stuff. He might think this is real cool. I'll probably see him on Sunday at the salvage sale. We'll be going a lot again. We'll just set that aside. This cool Weiman box. I'm saving that for me because I just like it. This is kind of one of the jewels. So this is a hand-built wheel set that he had on his cyclocross bike. And it looks like he hasn't ridden in a long time. These tires look old and faded. Trek ISO Tech 728. It looks like they was back when their sizes were lies. Lies. I bet it's like a 25 tops. But he used like 9-speed era XTR hubs. The axles feel great. What's this cassette? Shimano HG 6500. It's a very small Ultegra corn cob. 9-speed on a XTR 9-speed hub. Says XTR right on it, bro. It's got some brake wear. It's rim brake. He didn't think rim brake is cool anymore. His shop is River City Bicycles, which is kind of the biggest small business bike shop in town. I think he's got 100 employees. Last time I checked was years ago. I think a small business is like 400 or 500 employees. But it's a big shop, and they sell all the bougie shit, and have all the best mechanics, and have tons of old vintage race bikes from the 60s and 70s hanging up on the wall. It's a cool place to walk in and look at their bikes. They have a discount bargain bin. I used to go get there and get, you know, last year's not sold uncool wool socks, or sometimes an old rain jacket, like a discontinued weird one or something, for, you know, 80 bucks instead of 400 bucks. River City's cool. It's the kind of place my mom would like, you know, when she goes in and has to buy she thinks she needs the newest gear and stuff for her 12-mile rides she does maybe twice a year. But he works there, and they said they're just not going to do anything with rim brake anymore. They're just giving up. And there used to be City Bikes, which is the cool hippy-dippy, funky used parts, fix them up cheap bike shop in town that was here for like 30 plus years. And it's so sad they're in the process of going out right now. downsize and get rid of everything. But everyone just used to send everything funky to City Bikes, but now City Bikes is going out, River City's going no vintage bikes. I think that might leave, make some of the smaller shops stay who like to work on old stuff like I did. But yeah, this is the nice DT lightweight spokes. Hopefully these things are round and true. If they are, Mavic MA40. God, it's like new old stock, like 80s rims on like 90s hubs. Oh, this one's not at the same hub. The same rim. It's also gray, but it's a fur rim, so they're not exactly matching. Ugh, I hate that. But it's fine. Tires match, but I won't use them. Some other junky tires. What else we got? I got a set of very lightly used, still have all the nipples and the ring on the top, Continental Sport Contract Purdy, a little cracked on the sidewalls, but like otherwise great. Safety system with tubes. What size are you though, bro? This tube says 26. I guess these are like probably 26 175s. You know, I'd probably give them to a friend for free. This one doesn't have any cracks. So cool for a friend's like city bike or bar bike. What is you? Road tire, no tread, very slick, no logo. Oh, here we go. Forte Pro SL 723 Evolution. It's like real close to brand new. It's a Boulder. Well, it's this very cheapo tire. This will probably go in the free box. 700 by 28. It also looks like it's never been ridden. It's got the nipple right down the center line and everything. Free box. This looks very lightly used or possibly brand new. Possibly brand new. It's got the nipple all the way down the middle. You see no actual evidence of it being used. Ultra Sport 28. I'll save this for a build. All these, lesser Continentals are always popping up barely used or new donated to the CCC salvage sales. One pair of fatter clamp-on fenders for like a race style bike. Just got like the little bungee elasticy dudes you hook on. You can always bump them. They're always rubbing your wheel. They're super annoying, but race bike shops are all about these fenders. A couple of sets of SKF nicer fenders. Chromo plasticky ones. This is mismatched for sure. This one is complete for sure and nicer. A little fatter tires. Could be 26, could be 20, could be 700. I don't know. They'll probably both go in the free box. Used fenders are hard to sell unless you have a friend who desperately needs them and you have them. They're all the right things. They're all complete. That one complete set. They'll put $5 or $10 on. 37 minutes in, and we still got 4, 8, 12, 31, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 bins. 20 bins! These should be a little faster, some of them mostly, probably. So this bin is all cables and housing. He said most of it's probably new, and if not new, very good takeoff shape. Ooh, here's a sweet Dura-Ace kit with shifters and their weird internal gear indicator thing. I don't actually know how it works. Curious to play with that. There's a thing of a bunch of cables. It's a lot of short pieces of housing, a lot of shift cables, brand new. Ooh, brand new Dura-Ace. It says Tandem on it. That's interesting. Another Dura-Ace one that's shift cable. It says Tandem written by hand on it. Talon Cycle Slick Wipes. Oh, maybe that's for lubing the cable for putting the housing. It's got a lot of brand new rear derailleur bits. Shorty rear derailleur bits. Bunch of brand new cables. You know I love brand new cables and housing, especially cables, man. These things are $5 a piece now at the store. Some liners. Ah! Should have let it fall. It would have been funnier in the video. And I got all these cool tubs, and they're mostly labeled and they're easy to read, and mostly have stuff in random boxes and cardboard all over. I'll be using these tubs for quite a bit of stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, let's look in this one. It is labeled front hubs. I think that means he's got some matching pairs. Oh, here's the LX front hub that matches those cranks in very good shape. Here's like an 80s campy chorus or something, non-record front hub. It's butter smooth, no play. It's got that more modern-y, old school campy logo you may or may not be able to focus on at all. Oh, I saw this Shimano Dior, like 6-speed era front hub. Butter smooth, no play. A black XT, very tight, but smooth for being so tight. I'll have to open up and look at the cones. Definitely lightly used, M730. You don't see these too often. I got one the other day, and I think I got 35 bucks for it on eBay. 110 HB M738. Weird high polish Shimano front mountain hub of some sort. Oh, one side's not perfectly smooth, but there's no play. If there's no play, it means it's a little over tight, so that might be it, not just the cones. Shimano, nice old front quick release. Ultegra rear quick release. Old Sun Tour, looks like a rear. It's pretty nice. Little curved spoons, one of the nicer ones, I think. It's like kind of the campy ripoff, probably Superb Pro. Matching rear. Sansin. Sansin, not matching. Specialized rear. I have a bunch of Specialized and Sun Tour mix and match ones. Maybe we'll be able to make some sets. Old Shimano. Campagnolo front. Might be about the right era for that hub I had. It's curved. It's more, I don't know, this might be 70s. Look at the cool dome and the D-ring and stuff. It's hard to tell. Brev Campagnolo. Could be late 70s, could be 80s. Campy skewers always sell for 10 or 15 bucks right away. Some other boring Shimano ones. Nothing I recognize or looks too cool. That's cool. Hub's rear. How convenient. So he was telling about this silent clutch. So I don't know anything about this silent clutch. He's like, do you know about these? And I was like, no, I've seen them, but I don't know if they're cool or not. He's like, they're cool. So it's been built once. Axle's a little over tight, but it feels pretty smooth. So Shimano silent clutch. He said these for illegally poaching mountain bike trails. A lot of trails aren't legal to ride on. The park rangers would be up there. So you could just coast. And it's go click, 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 click. Like it's the opposite of modern hubs, like Chris King hubs are all like so loud to let everyone know how cool and expensive your hub is. But these things make zero noise. I wonder if I can compare it. Here's a Tiagra. And Shimanos are notoriously quiet anyways. So these make zero noise. So they're great for mountain bikers who did not want to be heard and didn't want to get off and hide in the bushes and wanted to, like, you know, bomb down the hills quietly past the rangers and stuff. So that's kind of a fun story. Here is the matching rear Dior. It's a 7-speed cassette. It is Uniglide and Hyperglide. So Uniglide means it only threads on the outside. Hyperglide means it threads on the inside, which is the modern style and what you want. So this can do either. It's a crossover year. It's got the stickers in perfect shape on it. Dior Goldeny sticker. So nice. If it's the same holes as that other one. I think I got 40 or 50 bucks for a set of these recently in pretty good shape. So that's cool. A black Dior LX rear hub. Ooh, it's buttery smooth. And has no play. This should be, it might be 7, but I think it's 8-speed. Can hold it up. I'm guessing 7, bro. 7-speed Dior LX hub. The body's a little short. That's in real good shape. A Tiagra rear hub. I just paid $45 for one of these. New old stock on eBay. I wish I would have found this one first. It's in a really nice condition. Here's a weird pewtery silver 105 hub. It's Hyperglide. Is this 7 or 8 speed? 7 speed only, it looks like. Oh, that's cool. It is buttery smooth, buttery smooth. But the sticker is long gone. It said 105. More skewers. Some skewer I've never heard of. I have too many skewers. It's got to go in the free box. I have to put some stuff in the free box. Shimano. Ooh, FM 730 Japan. Oh, it says your XT right on it. So the finish is pretty bunged up. The anodizing or the polishing, or maybe it's just aluminum, just a little corrody from lots of saltwater rides or something. It's probably 7-speed only, thread for Hyperglide and Uniglide. It is a little bit of a crusty XT hub, which is a shame. I want a real clean one. I have a pretty clean one I'm going to build into a handmade wheel. I would love an even cleaner one. So this one will probably just be eBay's. Several more skewers. A weird Sun Tour one I've never seen before. Looks a little more modern and cheapy. Joy type. I have so many skewers. I have like 10 times this many skewers in a bag. Joytech. So anything. Oh, Sun Tour. It's almost 90s looking. Other Shimambo. Other Shimambo. I think this is. I don't know what that is. Ritchie. Rear. Light. Ooh, I think this might be Thai. Ooh, a Ritchie Thai rear skewer that is very clean. So that Thai color, it is super light. The logos and stuff are real clean. It's not scraped up at all. This is going on eBay for shiz. Couple of cassette bodies with no labels, so I have no idea what they're for, what they'll fit. I'm sure it's Shimano, but who knows what. Well, this one's labeled at least. Shimano 9-speed. F4 650 is something. But it's the whole axle, cones, and the hub body. Or something. It looks... Oh, I think it says Ultegra. Oh good, 9-speed Ultegra spare parts. That's great. That is great. I don't know what these are. I guess I'll hold on to them forever for no reason. Some crazy. Maybe someday they'll come in handy. Eventually I'll do what he did and sell everything or free box it or recycle it. Front hubs, rear hubs. Let's get into more fun stuff. Well, this one looks fun. Oh, crowded. Weird Roxy bags. It has set spacers, lock rings, cheap track nut, down tube shifter adapter, 1/8mm crank bolt. Looks like some brake bolts. You know, the random bins of assorted hardware. A few stainless bolts, ferrules, dust caps, some plastic bolts. Oh, bolts with painted heads, probably for painting bikes. One bottom bracket lock ring. It's weird stuff I have to go through and distribute this stuff through my random parts bins. A nice set of black alloy barrel adjusters off some very nice mountain bikey brake levers. Another bin full of exactly the same kind of stuff. This is one of the things I was kind of into. I really like hardware. Here's a set of Dura-Ace down tube shift adapters. Several sets of under bottom bracket guides, down tube shift adapters, inline barrel adjusters. Some weird spacers I've never seen before and have no idea what they're for. Some random disc brake bolts, like just hardware. Man, when you need a very specific weird missing piece of hardware, it is heaven to go through your hardware bin and find it, and it is hell to just not be able to find it for any money, for any reason, anywhere. I'm gonna go on eBay and pay somebody $45 for a part that probably cost $1 new. More down tube shift adapters and cable clamp ends and bolts and under bottom bracket BB guides and some more water bottle boss bolts and some more ferrules and random brake bolts. So yeah, all this stuff is going into specific organized bins. Brand new SPD cleats and hardware and stuff. Some cassette shift spacers, some axle spacers, bird derailleur hanger, same, just more hardware. Hardware, chrome crank bolts. Looks like there might have been a tie brake bolt in there. A bunch of random chainring bolts. Here's a bunch of random bar end plugs. It's always fun to have, especially got matching sets. Oh, it's in my hoodie, but at the last second I found a Chris King top cap and told me to put it in my pocket, so I did. Even though it definitely goes to headset, he had one of his frames, one of his bikes. But he had a different thing on, so I don't know. I didn't buy that bike, but I'll reunite them. Ooh, clamp-ons. I love these for clamp-ons. The cheapo campy knockoff umbrella pump peg. Shimano bottom bracket cable guide. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, it's got a Sun Tour bolt. Yeah, it's not campy. It looked like it might be campy. Sun Tour rear clamp-on cable thing for things that didn't have integrated things. Some Diacomp top tube guides. More of all that same stuff. Okay, another one of these. Another random ferrules, top tube adjusters, disc brake, like all the stuff's random bins of random hardware. It's all hardware, but it's all very random. These I love though. These are the Diacomp. They don't say oh yeah, they say Diacomp on the handle. They're straddle holder. They're front like cantilever straddle holders. Your cable comes down through here, and then the straddle wire goes here down to your brakes with a built-in quick release. There's the nice thick alloy body ones. The chrome is flawless. These may be new old stock. I see no evidence they've ever been used. These are like the hot rando ticket item for a minute before Renee Hurst started remaking theirs and stuff. They're kind of a knockoff real Renee Hurst stuff. So, you know, some cool stuff. One seat post binder bolt chromo. Some for some random bike. Those modern e-bikes that have the replaceable rear derailleur hangers. One seat thing. One horrible plastic strip. 29, 11 mil. Free box. So all this stuff needs to get organized. OMG. That's boring. I'm going to go through fast. It's boring. So this one says chains and BBs. An empty plastic bag. Ooh, another Weiman brake box. And it has chains in it. If they are used, I guess they might go in the free box, or probably in recycling. Maybe we can measure them. See if they're barely used, it might save them for single speeds and stuff. But I'm not a used chain kind of guy. I'm not a used brake pad kind of guy. Here's some nice bottom brackets in here. UN72s. I think they're one of the, like the Dura Ace level. 68 mils. So this is a nice road, high-end Shimano steel cartridge bottom bracket. All the old school mechanics save the UN72s and stuff, and the higher ones because they're good. It's another UN72 in a bag with bolts. It's Italy bolts. Campagnolo 8 mil crank bolts. Instead of just the black ugly plastic, they got silver plastic and says Campy and a bunch of info on them. So, does this say anything interesting? Japan, Shimano. No, it's English threaded. I thought maybe it'd be Italian or something if it was with those Campy bolts. Yay, now I've grease on my fingers. Here's a couple of like the normal UN 52s, 53s, 55s with the plastic cups. Less interesting, but you know, if you've got a bike that needs it. Here's another square taper UN72. Looks like a real nice narrow road bike one. There's some crank bolts and stuff in this bag. 73mm older mountain bike, and the very rare and harder to come by Shimano like Octolink or Isis. I don't remember. I think Octolink Shimano. That's a 118. I think that's the triple. I think they went way narrower for the double. So I guess these things are hard to come by, and people are less and less into Octolink cranks for that reason, among other reasons. Wah, wah. Chains, yeah, we don't care. Cassettes. I'm also not into used cassettes at all. So if they came off a bike, it was for a reason. Probably because they're worn out and skipping. But here's a nice old Sun Tour freewheel. 4-prong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 speed. Ooh. I am into used freewheels because you can't get new high quality freewheels. They're all garbage. So they're always worth a chance. They're a little easier to look at and tell if they'll skip or not. Here's like an Ultegra road cassette. You know, like 105. Random stuff. This will probably all go in the free box. I might look at a couple of the nicer ones like this with all the alloy spiders and really look. If they were bigger, I could really look at those teeth and I might give them a try on my own personal bike. Maybe if all the parts are here. Because this has a lot of alloy spiders. This alloy is a lot lighter than steel. They shave a ton of weight. This thing is like a quarter of the weight of like a 105 cassette. Oh, this one's... It's like, wait, this one's all alloy too. But it's like a quarter of the weight of a regular all-steel cassette. It also might be missing some part. Oh, maybe that's the rest of it right here. Oh, it's a Dura-Ace, bro. Sometimes the Dura-Ace ones have titanium teeth on the bigger rings too to be even lighter. Oh god, no, okay. Alright, so maybe I'll play with some of this stuff. I'll go through it a little bit. Maybe I'll probably go on eBay or save it for something. What's this one? Brake sets. Here, STX RC, boring, but looks complete except for the brake bolts. Why do people never keep the brake with Candy Boss bolts with their brakes? It's all complete, original pads and stuff. I don't know if it's worth any dough at all. Here's a whole bin of random hardware. I love it. McMaster car, some brake pads, some dust caps, some V-brake noodles, replaceable shoes. I can't wait to go through that and break it down in my parts bin and recycle most of it. Old school super wide die comps. It's one pair. They got the bolts and the springs. That's nice. Another set of the Avid Shorty 6s. It is only 3 arms and... Oh wait, there's 2 bolts. 3 arms and 2 bolts. It's a start. Here's the 4th arm. Maybe we'll find the rest of the bolts in here. Because these are like proprietary brake bolts, I think. So maybe they got the replaceable pad holders. Yeah, it's a weird proprietary head, like tapered bolt, but then with like a weird proprietary size washer to make it into a flat bolt. And usually I throw away worn out brakes, so I try to always save those bolts, because bro, this is nice. This looks like a brand new... Whoops. New set of old school Diacomp straddle cables, and one straddle hanger with 2 cables and a hanger. Here's another one, a single, looks like a new straddle, the used hanger. Love that stuff, man. Here's a set of brakes. Is you is, or is you ain't. Yeah, Dior LX 7-speed era. It's got hardware and bolts, hardware and bolts. Hardware and the bolts are taped in. I love that. It's pro mechanic trick. It's got brand new Cool Stop pads in here. All the bolts, nice, barely scuffy Dior LX with brand new stuff. That's 35-40 bucks on eBay, easy. Oh, here's a brand new set of Ritchie pads. Probably get a few bucks for those. Ritchie Logic by Cool Stop. Some other random stuff. Chain link, a few bits of hardware, one Shimano Dior Canty. Ooh, another set of wide... Let's show the camera. Another set of wide old mountain bike Japan Diacomps. Oh, the hardware's all good. There's no rust or crust. It's got one of the really cool straddles in here too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's got the bolts, it's got the springs. Good usable brakes. Yeah, here's another one of those Diacomp-y really cool straddles, but it's a little different. It's got a smaller barrel and a little teeny bit of surface rust on it. Still nice. Here's another set. It looks like all 4. Ooh, these look different. No, they're the same. Wide 80s mountain bike Diacomps. It looks like it's probably got most of the hardware, all the hardware in there. Random straddle, a single gray cool stop pad. You know, just random stuff, but some of the stuff's cool. The Ritchie pads are cool. Complete set of Avid, complete set of Diacomp, 2 half sets of Diacomp that might make one complete. The LX complete, bunch of hardware, and this generic whatever silver, less cool STX or whatever. I don't know. That's cool. Someone might want it. Someone might want it. Making a mess. Stem Quill. One very clean profile removable faceplate stem. I think I had one of these and sold it in scruffier shape for 10 or 15 bucks. They're light, removable faceplate, makes change your bars easy. One black steel. This looks nice. Chromo. Sameness. I don't know if this is actually nice. It looks just like the Ritchie ones or whatever. Very lightly used. All of the nice chromo stems I keep getting are 26.0. If this is 25.4, I'm going to save it and use it on something. Put some black cruiser bars in here. Yeah, black riser bar. Fixie style. It's not super light. It's not super high end, but it's cool. Here is another, looks like a profile black quill stem with removable faceplate. It's got no logos, whatever. Here's a Coda one, removable faceplate, Rode. Here's another profile removable faceplate stem. Alright. Here's a tie bolt. Here's a tie bolt. There's a steel bolt. Shorty steel bolt. Bro, look how short that dude is. Steel bolt with an aluminum wedge. Yeah, he has 2 tie bolts in here. I feel like tie bolts should be more money, but then recently, like, one of the tie companies here in town was blowing them out for like 10 bucks a piece, so maybe they'll go for 10 bucks a piece used. Get light, dude. Tie quill stem bolts. Got a bunch of other tie hardware. Got so much tie stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay. Stems. Threadless. Oh, a nice HL or NL tandem. Stoker stems. This is probably a shim to make it 27.2. These things are a little bit adjustable, so you can bring it in a little shorter. Alright. Goes on the back of your cargo bike or whatever for your kids to sit on the back of your tandem. Long, totally uninteresting stems that I might be able to get 10 or 20 bucks for some of them. One of them might be worth 20 or 30. Vision. 25.4, it's 31.8. Really long. Vibe 7 Pro. Very roady, very long. Polished silver Kona stem, that's nice and light. Felt. It's really light. CNC machine, it's nice. Very heavy Bone Traeger erase. An Easton. It's not light. It is definitely carbon, and it might have a crack in it. I mean, it's the casting of the carbon. Sketchy, weird carbon stem with a heavy aluminum faceplate and bolts. The bolts look very hollow. They're tight. It does not feel light. This felt is way lighter. It's carbon stem. It's aluminum CNC'd. Here's a black Easton aluminum, nice CNC'd stem. Very subtle logo. Glossy black. I like it, man. I like it. So Easton on the top's a Rode stem. Very aggressive. Look at this dude. This is a very long 31.8 Modern E stem. 3T, words and stuff. Another 3T that's bubbly and ugly and not light. Another generic dude that is not particularly light. A little uprighty 25.4 bar. Little short silver Marin, cold forged. Silver, aluminum, kind of cheapy, whatever. Part of an expansion plug for Carbon Thing. And a couple of shims. I don't know. Easton Carbon stem might sell. A couple of these might sell. This white ugly Pro stem is really light. What's this bin? Headsets. Ooh, there's a box marked $39.99. What is in here? It is an FSA top cap and a couple of FSA bearings and one shim. Boring. A bunch of star nuts, a few Ritchie headset parts, FSA parts, some Cane Creek, maybe parts, maybe a whole headset. Oh, Jeebus, why? Oh, wait. Here's an old Tongay Vantage aluminum headset that looks complete and not worn out. Ooh, this is kind of aluminum and light and pretty and high polish and vintage and cool. I'm into that. That's going on a bike for me for sure. Some more threadless bits, random lock nuts. Oh, Schnapper Dapper. Here's a black Dior XT headset that is also complete. That's cool. 1-inch threaded, man. That's cool. Says Dior XT right on it. It looks real clean and nice. That's probably eBay bound. Oh god, there's more stuff in here. Another partial headset for inch threaded. Maybe it's complete. It's a beater Ritchie. Maybe inch threadless or something? I don't know. Cheap stock thing. Oh, here's an Ultegra 1-inch threaded headset. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Light aluminum alloy. Shimano Ultegra 1-inch. Threaded. There's the bearings. That might even be the crown race. Please have the crown race. Crown race. It's real crusty, but it doesn't look worn at all. It looks clean. It seems to be cleaned up, but I got myself a nice headset. And then there's just a whole bunch of spacers and a few top caps and star nuts and randomy stuff. Specialized like infinite quarter, cassette lock ring. Ooh, 1 carbon spacer. Because, you know, we really need to save weight is on your super light aluminum headset spacers. Don't weigh anything. Alright, so at least 2 cool headsets I want to keep. At least 1 or 2 that are going to go onto eBay. Oh, here's a complete 105. 1-inch threadless 9-speeder. So 2 9-speed. Ultegra and a 105 9-speed 4-inch threadless. Cool, man. So a lot of those bikes are 1.8" threadless. And I like to buy those bikes and take all those cool parts off and put them on cooler frames that are 1-inch threaded with cool stems because they're prettier and cooler. I don't care if they're less performance-y or slightly heavier. I like them. I like them cool, bro. God, there's still 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes left, and we're only an hour 9 in. We'll be done in less than an hour and a half. Then a couple hours to edit all this. We'll get her up. Brand new Cool Stop pads. Brand new Cool Stop pads. New old stock Dior XT V-Brake pads with shoes and holders. These are cool. These will go on the Fleabay for sure. 1 set of Diacomp. Nothing special. Aero brakes. That might be a tie bolt. Ooh. Got Moderny replaceable shoe holders, but they don't have a toe-in adjustment on them. Boo. More V-Brake noodles and some random pads. 1 pair of Jaguar brand new pads for V-Brake. I'll use those. So yeah, some cool stuff, Dad. Shifters. What we got? Anything cool? Single Dior front. Not cool. There's a single rear. That'd be cool. Ooh, part of a XT or maybe a little bit later body for mounting a Thummy on. It's interesting. It's aluminum. One Campanella shifter with no parts. Oh, this might be the other Dior shifter missing the top cap. I just got the whole bin of top caps for these from the Tony Pereira sale on part 1 of this video series. So that's cool. Maybe I'll find the right top cap in here and make this a totally usable 6 or 7 speed thummy. One early mountain bike Suntour power ratchet thummy. It's not the cooler, prettier bodied ones, but you know, it's real functional and cool. Power ratchets are great. They don't slip. Another one of these weird Dura Ace inline cable-y dudes. I don't know how you use... Oh, it's got like a little weird crimp. We gotta get the cable in here and then crimp this crimp on it so it can go through and push the little indicator. I don't know, I've never used it. I bet there's a YouTube video on it. Part of that Campy shifter. Ooh, an LX. Looks like 9-speed. 9-speed silver LX shifter. It's kind of cool. Here's an LX 9-speed, like that, the weird gray-blue front. Here's a pair of something. Black, clamp-on, 7-speed. Ooh, Suntour AccuShift. So, some people swear AccuShift is cool. Most people swear that AccuShift doesn't work. Oh, good, they're not. Oh, they're matching. Yeah, okay. They're like gray. But you can put them on friction. Has some friction thummies, bro. It's a nice set. Not very stuffy. Pretty cool. Suntour AccuShift. Some people swear this stuff works fine, but you have to use the right index housing. But I've looked at their index housing. It looks exactly like Shimano index housings. I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. Oh wait, the rest of these campy parts in here? Nope. This is the Shimano front. Boring. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about with that index housing. I do know I was reading about it, and Suntour had 3 people working on making index shifting, trying to catch up with Shimano. Shimano had like, it was either 30 or 300 people working on computer designed index shifting. So the Shimano came out and worked, and Suntour came out and was mediocre. And basically put Suntour right out of business, which is a shame. Suntour stuff is, old Suntour stuff from the 70s and 80s is factually fantastic. It's some of the best stuff ever made. Suntour friction. I know a lot of old bike mechanics who only rode Suntour friction stuff because it was so good. This bin is brakes. And right on the top, I think I saw these originally, is a nice set. Oh, this is a Grand Comp. I did not see this. So nice Grand Comp rear. Campy ripoff. This looks like the nice Grand Comp front. Campy ripoff. So that's nice. One of them's got the wrong barrel adjuster. That's not so nice. Lychee. No. Free box. No. Exarge Sport. No one cares. Looks. This is a little bit more medium or longy reach though. That's kind of nice. Single pivot. Some other thing. Other no-name brand. I swear there's a set of Nova Record in here. Maybe they're in a different bin. Or maybe I'm very sad. Maybe I saw this Grand Comps and thought they're Nova Record. Here's a black 105, like 9-speed era front. Suntour GPX. I bet you no one's into this. I might try and sell it. Here's what looks like a matching set of generic Tektro ripoff, you know, came on cheap bikes. But they're in really good shape. Look like they're a direct takeoff. Oh yeah, the pads have never been used. Removable, replaceable pad holders are gloss black. They're minty, minty, minty condition. I might say these news and they are not worn out at all. Some of these generic brakes get worn out kind of fast. Even Tektros, people, a lot of mechanics, they get worn out fast, and I'm not into it. Ooh, here is another Shimano 105 front brake, but it is not. It's one with the 10 or 11 speed era front. It's got more of a matte or pewtery finish than the black one. One good pair of Mirage Campy black brakes with replaceable pad holders and essentially brand new pads. These will go on the eBays for sure. Ooh! One set of, it looks like probably, yeah, Cool Stop brand new replacement road pads, all 4 of them. I love that. And here's what looks like a brand new, or maybe takeoff set of cheap generic road pads. But that's cool. These two generic brakes are going right in the $3. Shimano's are going on eBay. They'll get 20, 25 a piece. The Suntour GPX, maybe someone will care. These Grand Comps with the wrong barrel adjuster, probably no one's going to care, which is a shame. They're pretty. They're very old school. They look very Novo Recordy. Wrong barrel adjuster. Maybe I have a matching set of barrel adjusters somewhere. Generic brakes I like. I have way too many brakes. A lot of them are going to go out at my garage sale. I'm hoping they'll go away for $5 a pair, $3 a pair, whatever. Pedals. He was trying to tell me that he loved these pedals. They're his favorite fixed gear pedals. They're the best pedals. I was having a very hard time believing it. They're Sakai mountain bike pedals. Low fat Sakai. But they have very nice, he was saying they have very nice sealed and spinning bearings, like sealed super spin, but they're MTP. They're mountain pedals, but I guess they kind of come up a lot to not have you grind in the sidewalk, but I have to use track pedals on fixed gears. So wide pedals you can grind on all the time. I have a set of Soma cages and some La Paz red straps. I don't know. They might go eBay land. Maybe someone's looking for these pedals because they're all steel bearing and nice. Some real cheapo, generic, black, fake MKS touring pedals. It's kind of junk. Kyoto Pro Vice. It's a generic Japanese sort of road pedal. I have a few sets. I cannot sell them. Ooh, some Frenchies. Kyoto Top Run Japan. So a nice Japanese ripoff of a French pedal. It's like alloy instead of steel. It's kind of nice. I again doubt anyone's going to care. One set of very, very scuffy road pedals. Probably go in the free box. What edition's bag? Here's a set of Dura-Ace 7800s, 10-speed era. This one looks real nice. And this one he scuffed out on a little bit. But the bearings still feel smooth. They're nice, just little scruffs. Someone might care. I know old Jan Hein thought these Dura-Ace pedals were great for his rando SPD SL or something. It's a whole bag of the little teeny tiny different kinds of pins for like mountain bikey pedals. He kept all those modern good mountain bike pedals. I wonder if he'll miss that too. I don't know. Another set of Rode SPD pedals. Tension, high, low, right, Japan. Tight. They look very Shimano, but all the logos are rubbed off. I have no idea. So probably the free bin. Probably all of these will go in the free bin, but we'll see if anyone cares first. I was thinking about doing like a $1 bin. Just put a ton of stuff in a blanket. Like, bro, $1, whatever you want. $1. Anything on the table. $1. Good usable bike parts. God, how do you have this stuff packed? Derailleurs. Right off the bat, here is a very nice Shimano Dior XT 8-speed derailleur. I get $35–40 these all day long. It's got a Wingnutty Originate hanger for it with a back thing. I think this is for track drops. So you put a derailleur hanger on your track drop bike to convert it into a geared bike. Just the worst thing to do, the worst possible way. Here's a Suntour Cyclone Brazon front derailleur with almost no wear. That's cool. God, I don't even know if I've ever seen a Brazon Cyclone derailleur before. It's pretty hot. Some generic Shimambo 31/8 top pole. This looks 8, maybe 9-speed era front derailleur. Can't tell. Don't see nothing on it. It's another one. This one says Dior LX and it's in black. Oh, I think it's 28/6. No, it's 31/8. But still, this is maybe 7 or 8 speed Dior LX. Their luxury line. Oh, here's a Dior XT. It's like 9 speed, 34/9. Top routing, bottom pole. Maybe just bottom pole. Low mount. I don't know. Weird, but it says XT right on it, so that's worth a few bucks. Here is a Shimano 105 9-speed derailleur. It's short cage, but it's very clean, pretty clean. I love these. I love them better if they're long cage. Here is the XTR long cage rear derailleur that matches these wheels. Boom. So this will be fun. I'll probably sell them to the same person or build a bike around them because I'm ridiculous. Pretty hot. People love this XTR stuff. I had a couple of these like kids things that bolt on around to protect your derailleur when you drop your bike on the wrong side. See on kids' bikes, see on folding bikes. They're goofs. Come on, come on, come on. Single speed, it says. What does that mean? Who knows? Some more weird chain tensioners for single speed and track bikes. Here, oh, hello. One lock ring, one totally generic, really cheap free fixed gear cog that I would never put on a bike. Some of the time those generic ones strip stuff. Oh, these aren't fixed cogs. These are thick, machined cassette spacer ones. So it's like turning like road cassettes. Is that pronounced skinny? It doesn't matter. For turning road cassette wheels, you put some spacers on both sides and making them into single speeds. Here's a 3/32 19 tooth, 3/32 18 tooth, and 3/32 20 tooth. I might try and sell these all individually, or maybe I'll sell them as a kit to somebody who's trying to figure out their gear ratios. Here's some random cassettes and cassette parts. A lot of times they're not rammed and pinned. You can do the same thing. You can just use a bunch of cassette spacers and random cassette rings to space yourself out, whatever single speed chain ring you want, bro. So this is mostly just actual cassette stuff for homemaking them. One bar end Diacomp brake lever, one single speed 3/32 chain, some triple chainring bolts, some triple chainring bolts, a bunch more random cassette stuff. Yeah, here's something kind of homemade. Just a single cog off some random cassette and just a bunch of spacers. Sort of fill up all the space on a cassette. Oh, some track nuts. Here's a whole kit, or a part of a kit. So it's kind of the same thing. So it's just a single cassette ring, but it's not rammed and pinned at all, 16 tooth. And then it's got these Originate spacers. You can clamp on the ends. They usually come with a bunch of different spacers, so you can really dial your chain line in where you want it. And then cassette lock ring to lock it all down, convert your 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 speed hub into a single speed. Because guys want to do that for reasons. Some bolt packaging, but no bolts. Shimano single speed freewheel for flip-flop hubs. Yeah, more random cassette bits and spacers. It's only one track cog and it was poop. One big giant ACS Crossfire was 24 tooth freewheel. Huge and ridiculous. More chains? I don't know. Some stuff, mostly a bunch of recycling. Few parts. Triple chainring bolts, I don't know why. These Surly doodads are real nice. After this, I gotta go back through all this stuff and actually start breaking it down into the bins it goes into. This one is just labeled generic small parts. And that is some generic small parts. It's a bunch of cassette spacers, bottom bracket spacers, bottom bracket lock rings, headset spacers. These are kind of cool. I think these go on round fork blades. Then you can bolt like a water bottle boss on, maybe on round tubes and they stick out. I don't know. Bunch of seat post clamps, few cable hangers. I think this is like a Velo Orange style water bottle for bikes that don't have any water bottle boss braze-ons. This clamps around your tube. You can clamp around a water bottle cage and tighten it down. They're I've used those. They're handy on some vintage bikes. Scout. Looks like new old stock Campagnolo down tube shift adapters. New old stock camping parts in the bag. Always sell. Pyramid. Some track chainring bolts. Half a set of track chainring bolts. A bunch more recessed brake nuts and a bunch more shift adapter plates. A bunch of spokes, some rack mounts, some bolts. Sagino used single speed bolt set. A bit of a chain. So this is not as organized as I am. I would have separate bins for all of these things, and will. Bunch of weird stuff, some more campy bolts, some more of these weird bolt-on things. A Reynolds headset compression plugs, some headset parts, so just miscellaneous bro. Brake levers and shifters. Here's a set of like Diacomp tandem stoker levers, like fake brake levers, so you have a place to put your hands. I saw these. These are Dior XT, I think SLR Plus. I think these are actually the 7-speed ones that look like the 8-speed ones. I think they're the 7-speed, and they're missing the shift pods. But you can come in here real carefully with a Hacksaw file and remove this shift pod stuff, and just use them as brake levers. Cane Creek bar end lever. Some used Salsa, missing the barrel adjuster across top. The other XT. I'm kind of into these XT levers. God, maybe I'll use them. I got the XT Thummies in 7-speed. I had these levers all complete in mint condition, but I put them on eBay for $250, and I got it, bro. So maybe I'll use these with the Thummies. Cut those pods off. Maybe I can move the Thummy stuff onto those pods, but I don't know. I doubt it. Another set of inverse brake levers from Diacomp. An early Shimano 600 tricolor. I think it's like 7-speeder. The hood's a little chewed. Another inverse lever. Another inverse lever. Single with the wrong hood. Shimano left brake lever. Okay. More inverse levers. The other Salsa lever also missing the barrel adjuster for reasons. And a single Dura-Ace flight deck shifter that probably doesn't work, but might be worth some money for just this mint condition hood and this nice faceplate that's not broken or scuffy at all. Lots of inverse levers, tandem stoker levers. These XT levers are pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I'll probably use them. They're very mint. I wonder if we stole the shifters off them and try and put on some other sort of thummy pods or something. I don't know. Oh my god. We're down to the last bin. I think it's going to be fast because we're at hour 30 non-stop looking at bike parts. Now, I love looking at bike parts. I'm not sick of them. I'm just worried about my phone's data filling up and being really hard to edit. My poor empty stomach, and I got something coming up, an appointment I got to go to in a minute. So this is all new and used shift cables, special ferrules. Here's a bunch of silver gray Dura-Ace cables and housing. I think this is a brand new kit that never got used. Cool, cool. Some mountain bike straddle cables. Some more Shimambo gray. Funny, it says Dura-Ace on it. Oh! Another one of these straddle hangers from Diacomp. I think there's only one earlier. Now I got two sets of them. Yeah, a bunch more Dura-Ace gray. Cool, man. I'm in. I'm into Dura-Ace gray. I'm into new old stock. Ugh. I used the gray on the Terry build. I wish I had all this Dura-Ace stuff first, because I would have used the actual stuff that Dura-Ace to go with all my Dura-Ace parts. That would have been Dura-Ace-tastic. Been extra Dura-Ace for Dura-Ace, bro. So that's my scores. Only an hour and a half. I think I can edit this all into one video. Probably will take out 5 or 15 minutes of it, really. Thanks for checking all this stuff out. I'll be having my garage sale. A bunch of this stuff will be there. Put a bunch of the other stuff on my eBay. So much scores. $500. So I spent $315 on Friday and 30 on Sunday and 36 on Saturday and $500. Today is Wednesday. I might go back and buy the rest of his bikes for $600. Like an idiot. Like a fool. But thanks for watching, and I'll probably have a new scores video coming up on Sunday. And I'm about to start another big project for my friend Avery, that big Trek, aluminum Trek hybrid thing we got on Sunday for $40. So keep an eye out. And like and comment and subscribe. I try and respond to all the comments if I see them. YouTube tells me like one every 10th comment, and only on like the newest video will even tell me there's a comment. But I try. Everyone seems pretty nice so far. Has real good questions or real good advice and tips. You know, some people have really known some stuff about some of the projects that I've been shocked about, like the Terry, the guy who was the wheel builder back then for Serrata and Terry in the 80s. Knew stuff about my 80s Terry. I was like, you can follow this channel and watch the videos. Like, that's so crazy. So, you know, keep an eye out. More to come. So much more to come. It's like making videos and editing videos has now become my 40-hour-a-week job, and eBay's my like 20-hour-a-week job that pays rent because eBay, you know, you have to be famous to make any money. I just watched Paul Brody this week did a new video explaining how he makes money on eBay. I thought that was interesting. And he ends up making about $2,000 in total, and he's got like a buy us coffee link, so people like tip him on Venmo or something for his videos. And then he gets a little bit of ad revenue from eBay because he's kind of famous and has enough followers and stuff. And then I feel like there's a third thing, but I don't remember what it was. But he said it's about $2,000 and splits it with his buddy who does all his filming and editing. So they make $1,000 a month on eBay. You know, making like one video a week or so. And he said he has to buy all the parts too. And he said this whole series of machining solid bronze into bike hubs and cranks and stuff. And it's like, you know, $1,000 into bronze to make $1,000 in a month. So basically doing it for free. So am I. So whatever. Maybe someday I'll get famous like the RJ the Bike Guy. I think I was looking at his, and he's got like 1 million subscribers. He probably actually does make a few $1,000s a month off eBay. Get all those views on his videos, and that's cool. I'd love to be there someday. eBay could pay my rent and buy groceries, and I mean, if not eBay. God, why do I keep saying eBay? I keep meaning YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. If YouTube could pay my rent and groceries because I really like doing this, then my eBay could just be fun money for projects. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'm never gonna get rich. Probably never gonna make exactly enough to live, but it's fun. Someone tried to tip me the other day, asked if I had a Venmo. I was like, that's nice. They asked me a question on Instagram. They private messaged me about some project they're working on. But I do not. But maybe someday I will if people feel like they actually want to kick down money. I hate kicking down money for stuff like on YouTube because it's free. I subscribe to a couple people's like, I almost said OnlyFans. I did not subscribe to anyone's OnlyFans. But people have like things like that for like YouTube creators and stuff. And you can have some extra special content. And there's like locals, I think. You can go on there and they post on it as if it's Instagram or Twitter or something, and then they can have some extra videos, or they interview people. They'll do several extra questions at the end. Maybe I'll do that someday. If I ever get enough followers to let me have like a live videos or Q&As, I'll probably do that. It'd be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for watching. And here's that picture of my ridiculous load with my ridiculous truck. It's so full of crap again. Just for fun. Lol.